Hi, welcome back to Inside Homes. Today we're in the Punggol area and we've got a newly MOP'd 4-room flat to show you. Now this one is really cool because this flat MOP'd just 1 month ago, so it's brand new. It's on a high floor and it's really well designed and it's got something really interesting inside that I really want to show you. Let's go take a look at the unit right now. So now we're in the unit. This is a 969 square feet 4-room flat. It newly MOP'd just in June, so it's brand new. What we really love about this house is that it's been renovated in a really interesting style, and if you're like me and you like art and you like design, this house is full of really interesting and really creative design choices, which I want to show you. So the first thing you'll notice when you enter this house is that right in the foyer area in front of your main door, right, you'll see that the owner has actually made these shoe racks on one of the walls. So this is a super cool idea because if you're a sneakerhead like me, it's a great way to display all your shoes and you can see your collection, but it also turns a storage solution into a display piece. So this makes your sneaker collection actually part of the aesthetic of the house itself. This rack on the wall houses up to like 20 pairs of shoes. So if you have a great collection that you want to display, this is a great solution. On top of that, you also have a shoe rack over here for additional storage, as well as this countertop works as a great place to put your keys when you get home, and also a great place to display any other art pieces or knickknacks that you might have. Okay, now let me show you what's the coolest thing about this house, and I can guarantee you this is super special because no other house is ever going to have anything like this. So as you enter the house, your eye is going to be drawn to this feature wall here where you have this mural that's done by a local artist. We're going to put the artist's IG in the video. You can go check out his works later. But this artist has done works for National Heritage Board, Singapore Art Week. You can see his works at, I think, Craig Road, Kampong Glam, and the Facebook offices. And the owners know him as a friend, and so they commissioned him to do this mural in their house. So this is done on site, one of a kind. And you can see that this graffiti style with Mickey and Minnie is super cool, because it has this pop of color and it adds this level of dimension to the house that really gives it a lot of life and it makes the living room look really special. You'll also notice that this house is renovated very much in an industrial style. Sometimes the industrial style can come across as being very cold with a lot of like concrete street and a lot of metal finish, right? So a splash of color like this really helps to soften that aesthetic. You'll also notice that the owners have very thoughtfully used a lot of wood finish throughout the house to kind of soften that industrial look. So you get this really nice blend of something that feels modern and contemporary, but also very comfortable and welcoming at the same time. So talking about that industrial aesthetic, you'll notice that this feature wall has this really nice raw brick finish. So that really gives it a nice canvas for all of this graffiti art to really pop. You can see that on this wall we have Minnie, and you can see that the art was drawn on site because she's positioned just nice to be right above the TV. But like I mentioned, the use of wood finish throughout the house really helps to soften the industrial look a little bit. So you see that wood finish in the TV console over here, as well as in these wood Venetian blinds over here. Another thing about this unit is that being on the 17th floor, we have a great view of the surrounding neighborhood. From the window, you can actually see a pocket view of Coney Island and the reservoir, and there is tons of greenery right outside in the landscaping. Also, given that we're right in the middle of the block cluster, you're not facing another block when you look out the window, so you have unobstructed views. When the windows are open, you have like tons of natural light and a great breeze coming in as well because we're on a very high floor. As we move through a living room, you'll see that this wall over here has this really nice concrete aesthetic, which really re-emphasizes that industrial feel. What I really like about it is that it gives you a really nice blank canvas for you to display a lot of art. So as you can see here, anything that you put up on this wall will really pop because the concrete itself serves as a very nice neutral canvas to display your art. But at the same time, the concrete is a light enough color that it gives the overall living room a very light and airy feel, and it doesn't feel oppressive at all, which sometimes industrial can tend to do if it's overdone. You'll see that over here, the owners have converted this space into a little dining area. They've also moved a couple of things outside, so you have a mini pantry as well. If you wanted to convert this space, you could put in a bigger dining table, or you could put a sideboard in for additional storage as well. The living room also has a lot of very interesting design features, like this light over here. It fits into that industrial theme, but it also has a little hidden Mickey Mouse up here. The living room also has a built-in fan, air cons, as well as this really useful partition screen. So this tempered glass screen over here helps to preserve some privacy if you keep the main door open, but because it's not fully opaque, it still does allow light in, keeping the space nice and open as well. The next thing we're going to look at is the kitchen, which is over here. Okay, so here we have our kitchen. It's beautifully renovated, as you can see. You also notice that you have this lovely glass screen door which encloses your kitchen when you do cooking, but because it's glass, you can also still see through into your living room. The kitchen is beautifully renovated. You can see that they used quartz countertops on both sides of the kitchen. So this is great. It's not only a very long-lasting material, it's also heat resistant. So when you're cooking, you can put your pots and pans on it and it won't damage countertop. You'll also notice that the kitchen is done throughout with this really beautiful wood finish in this very light color. So it really does complement the rest of the aesthetics that we've already seen so far. You've got 2-burner gas stove over here, a hood, as well as a built-in oven over here. So you can also see that the storage has been built throughout the kitchen. It's been designed really efficiently. All of the piping has been concealed, and as well as providing tons of workspace for kitchen tasks. The kitchen itself also has a designated space for a double door fridge, which is typically a lot larger than you would see in most 4-room flats. They've also invested in a really nice sink which has this pull down tap installed, which makes cleaning even easier. Next, I'm going to show you the yard area. So here we have our yard area. Every house needs a good yard area, which is something that unfortunately most new condos don't have. So in this space, you've got a really well designed rack for your washing machine. You've got a full-size dryer as well as racks for doing your laundry. So this is a great functional space that I think every homeowner can appreciate. Now that we're done with the kitchen and the yard area, let me go and show you the bedrooms. Okay, before we go on and look at the rest of the unit, let me share a little bit about where we are. So right now we're in Punggol, but specifically we're in the northeastern part of Punggol, and we're about 5 minutes away from Coney Island. So that's great if you like nature and you like hiking and biking, you know, park connectors right there. Another thing is that this area is super convenient and well served with plenty of amenities. We're right across the street from an LRT station, and we're about 3 stops from Punggol Central. On the ground floor, you also have plenty of coffee shops and convenience stores, NTUC, stuff like that. We're also very near to Oasis Terrace, which is a small mall. And being quite near the Punggol Central, there are a lot of more amenities down at Waterway Point. And if you have young children, there's a childcare center on the ground floor of this block itself, so that's super convenient. Another thing that's really exciting about living in Punggol is that even with all the developments that have been happening here, there are still a lot of other plans for Punggol in the future. So that means that in time to come, there'll be even more entertainment and convenience options in terms of amenities and things in the neighborhood. There are still a lot more plans along the way for the transformation of the area. So in time to come, there's going to be a new SAFRA, there are going to be new malls and amenities, making this a really exciting place to live for many years to come. Next, we're going to show you the bedrooms, which is over here. As we head into the bedrooms, you'll notice that we have a home shelter over here, which all HDBs do. That mural that we mentioned earlier spills over into this corridor, giving this space a nice pop of color. Over here on my left, you have our common room. So this room itself doesn't have a lot of built-in furniture, which is great. So you could easily convert this into a baby's room or a home office. What I really like is that you can see the homeowners having used a lot of space-saving solutions in their house. So over here we have this bike rack, which allows them to store both their bikes in a very space-conscious way. You also have a desk, those same lovely wood Venetian blinds, as well as that same view that we had from the living room. Let's go look at the master bedroom now. As we head into the master bedroom, you can see the common bathroom on my left. What I really like is the color of the tiles that they chose in here. That dark wood accent really complements the accessories that they picked in here, which are all this black color. So it gives it this really beautiful modern look. Let's go look at the master bedroom next. Alright, so here we are in the master bedroom. You'll notice that this is not where the original door used to be. This would be the second common bedroom, and this right in front would be where the original master bedroom door is. So the owners have opted to move their master bedroom door here, thereby combining these 2 rooms into one usable space. So over here you have the sleeping area. You can see that they've put their bed down on the floor, which really opens up the space vertically. You can see how bright and breezy it is in this room. So you also notice that in this room they have an aircon in here, as well as a built-in wooden fan. That wooden fan, as well as a backsplash of that same white brick tile that we saw in the living room, really helps tie this room back into that industrial aesthetic that we saw in the living room. As we move into the space that would have originally been the master bedroom, you can see that the owners have elected to turn this space into a really huge walk-in wardrobe. So you can see storage that lines 2 walls, as well as a small little designated space for a recreational area. You can see a TV and a PlayStation. So this is a great place to kind of hang out and chill. But I suppose if you bought this, you could easily convert this space into your master bedroom, or you could combine these 2 rooms into a master bedroom and a kid's room, or even an enclosed walk-in wardrobe. With this amount of space, there are tons of options that you could do. Behind you, you also have the master bathroom, which has that same dark wood and black aesthetic that we saw in the common room, really tying the whole house together aesthetically. As we finish up this home tour, let's take a minute to share some of our closing thoughts with you. So before we leave, let me share with you some of the reasons why we think that this home is a great value buy for you. This flat MOP'd only about a month ago, so it's literally about as new as you can find for resale flats in this area. The home is also beautifully renovated and very well maintained by the current owners, and it has this very cool industrial aesthetic that runs throughout the house. It's also well renovated, so it's fully functional. The unit is on the second highest floor within the block, so that gives you a great view and a great breeze as well. And we're also very competitively priced within the neighborhood. So if you would like to come down and take a look at this unit in person, you can give one of our realtors a call and we'll be more than happy to set it up for you. If you'd like to see more of our content, you can follow us on any of our socials. For Inside Homes, my name is Tim and I've had a great time showing you this house today and sharing my insights with you. Thanks.